When the temperature hits 95 degrees in Terra Vista or Brushy Creek and your AC suddenly quits, the heat inside your home spikes fast. The immediate instinct is to get someone out to fix it right now. That exact state of panic is what predatory contractors rely on. When you're sweating in your own living room, you are highly vulnerable to rushed diagnostics and aggressive upselling. Asking a neighbor for a friendly guy doesn't work when you are dealing with complex refrigerant systems. You need hard, objective metrics to audit the person standing at your door. Calling a contractor during a summer failure is a high-risk financial decision. You have to vet the technician strictly to protect your wallet and your property. The very first checkpoint in your audit is confirming their legal status. In Texas, this means demanding a valid Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, or TDLR, contractor license. Holding this license proves the company has passed extensive code exams, manual J load calculation tests, and strict safety protocols. Look at this comparison. On the left is a legitimate, state-issued TDLR license with official seals. On the right is a meaningless, certified technician badge that predatory companies buy online to look official. If they cannot produce a TDLR number, stop the conversation. Once they are legally licensed, they must agree to pull a local city permit for the installation. Pulling a permit triggers an independent code safety inspection by the city, meaning a third-party inspector will verify the quality of the work. Going through the permitting process adds paperwork and time to the job, but it guarantees your new system complies with local building codes and keeps your homeowner's insurance intact. Letting someone skip the permit to save a few hours puts you entirely on the hook for illegal installations, safety hazards, and future property damage. The next metric reveals a hidden business model that determines if your AC lasts 20 years or dies in 3. This table compares W-2 employees with piece rate subcontractors across liability, pay structure, and quality incentives. A piece rate subcontractor is paid a flat fee for the job, completely independent of how many hours the installation actually takes. This pay structure mathematically incentivizes extreme rushing. To make a living, piece rate workers have to sprint through your installation and skip critical testing steps to get to the next paying house. That rush leads directly to poorly brazed refrigerant lines, ignored vacuum tests, and ultimately an early failure of your compressor. The secure alternative is to hire a company that exclusively uses full-time W-2 employees. W-2 employees are paid by the hour to do the job right, and they are fully covered by the company's liability and workers' compensation insurance. A quote from a W-2 company might come in slightly higher up front. However, you are completely shielded from catastrophic legal liability if a worker gets injured on your property. Beyond legal and labor metrics, you have to audit the physical engineering happening outside your home. Before a technician introduces any new refrigerant into a sealed system, they have to pull a deep vacuum on the lines. Watch for this specific tool. The technician must use a digital micron gauge to pull the pressure down below the 500 micron mark. Hitting this physical threshold guarantees all moisture and non-condensable gases are vaporized and pulled completely out of the interior copper lines. Executing a proper 500 micron vacuum adds 1 to 2 hours to your service call, but as the split view shows, it prevents moisture from mixing with refrigerant and creating system-killing internal acid. The final proof of this engineering is a document called a commissioning report. This report establishes a baseline of health for your equipment by officially documenting the delta T, the electrical voltage, and the specific refrigerant pressures at the time of repair. Demanding a commissioning report prevents the technician from packing up and leaving the second cold air starts blowing. It forces them to mathematically prove your system meets exact manufacturer specifications. With the engineering verified, you have to analyze how the financial quote is structured. Most HVAC quotes fall into 2 categories: hourly billing or flat rate pricing. Accepting a flat rate model means you know the total cost before a single wrench is turned. This protects you because it removes any financial incentive for an undertrained technician to bill you extra hours just because they are moving slowly. Pay attention to how the quote is delivered. If the technician claims your system will explode, leak gas, or suffer catastrophic failure if you don't sign today, that's a high-pressure sales tactic. Proper engineering diagnoses problems based on data, not fear. Making a panicked decision under pressure frequently results in buying a $10,000 replacement when all you needed was a $350 capacitor. This flowchart maps out 3 mandatory checkpoints: TDLR verification, W-2 labor, and commissioning reports. If a contractor fails to provide proof at any step, you take on massive financial risk. Verifying all three metrics guarantees a legally compliant, physically safe installation. Ignoring these benchmarks to save dollars on the initial bid ensures you pay for a more expensive, shorter-lived system in the long run. For a deeper breakdown of exactly how to evaluate your contractor quotes, go to roundrockacrepairpros.com/how-to-choose an AC repair service. Don't guess with your home's HVAC system. Call Round Rock AC Repair Pros at 512-883-4155 for a certified diagnostic dispatch and secure your property with strict engineering standards.